days on the raft and the lifeboat were starting to blend together. The thing that kept me sane was the multitude of tasks I gave myself to do each day. One of these things was fishing. In the afternoon, after prayer, I would fish. I learned how to fish very well from all the hours I spent doing it. I taught myself how to make new hooks from nails and bones. One of my greatest fishing moments came when I reached the magnificent reef, a busy city in India. Everyone was bumping and shoving each other to get to the next place. All the fish were like humans going to work, and the sharks were the buses that plowed through the city. Even Richard Parker came up to look at the fascinating sight. I started to tear up as I thought about India and the zoo and my home and my family. I just sat there and gazed in amazement. How could something like this live in the middle of the ocean? Something so beautiful be in the middle of all this nothingness. As I sat there, I realized it would be a great place to fish because of all the life. I quickly pulled out my fishing gear. I attached a hook that I made from the bone of a rat and added a weight to the line. I added a big chunk of Dorado meat and sunk it right to the bottom of the reef. I sat there in anticipation, waiting for the slightest tug on the line. My catches came extremely fast, within the first 15 minutes. I could tell right away that it was something big, bigger than any Dorado I had caught on the line. I yanked hard to set the hook in the creature. I started pulling with all my might. I stood up to get more leverage and so I could use my legs better, for power. My body was weak, but the adrenaline coursed through my body, giving me the strength I needed. I pulled and pulled until my arms burned like fire. I got my first glimpse of the creature. It was not like any fish I had seen. It was dark red like the sunset, but it seemed to be changing colors. I kept pulling. The adrenaline was starting to wear off. My ravishing hunger made me keep pulling. Finally, I was able to get to the side of the boat. I could tell what it was. It was an octopus, a giant Pacific octopus to be exact. I had read about them in India. It was enormous, about 12 feet across, and its beak could easily take off my hand. I slowly and carefully started pulling it on the lifeboat. That is when I got a face full of ink. It stung in my eyes and mouth. I had to wash it off in the water to get it all off. I watched it thrash around and snap its beak. It reminded me of the Hindu goddess Durga, the goddess of victory of good over evil. She had 8 arms, like the octopus. I sat there in my religious thought. Then I took the gaff and I killed the octopus by stabbing it to the eye. Even though it was dead, it still writhed around and its 8 legs stuck to anything and everything. I cut off each leg and started to eat. I didn't even care that it was still moving. I was so hungry. I could feel the suckers stick to the back of my throat. But the taste was surprisingly good. I ate my full and gave the rest to Richard Parker.